tuning in to this episode of my vlog channel, or my vlog episodes, I should say. First, I would like to apologize for being away for so long from the last time that I've posted a video. The last few weeks have been very hectic for me. If you've been following my channel and following me on Instagram, you know that I've recently moved from Kansas to Dallas, Texas, which is where I accepted a teaching position for 6th grade math and science. And so I'm just trying to adjust to my new life here and just preparing for the school year. So just to kind of catch up things that I've been doing, of course, I drove down last week Sunday night, and I got here Monday morning, and I moved in on Monday and Tuesday, of course, and then just over the week I've just kind of been unpacking and things. I was able to get into my classroom as well on Tuesday of last week. Today is August 7th, so I'm trying to keep up with the dates and things. The days are starting to blend together, but and so on Friday of last week, which was the 4th, I believe, I had my first new teacher training or professional development, which actually was at my home school where I would be. So it was at my elementary school, and there I just met with a few of the other new hires that were new to the district, as well as new to the building. Well, actually, they were all new to the building. I don't know why I said new to the district, but some of them were new to the district, and some of them were just new to that building. So that's what that day was. And then after that, that was it. I was done for the day. So that lasted from 8 to noon, I want to say. That was at that building. And then afterwards, in the afternoon, from like 1 to 4, I went to the high school where I went to set up my technology. So I was issued my laptop, and I was issued my iPad, as well as like the little accessories like cords and things. So that was that. So fast forward to today. Today was the actual new teacher week of training. So we are all new teachers, new to the district. I can't even believe to tell you how many teachers were there. It was huge. We filled a high school auditorium. So high schools are typically large, especially their auditorium. So we filled a high school auditorium. About 3/4 of it was full of new teachers. So today, my first class that I went to was I should have had the paper with me. Sorry, this was just like the spur of the moment. I was like, today's a great day to do the video. How to increase student engagement. That class I was a little bit disappointed in because I didn't get as much out of it as I was hoping. There was one teacher that was there, and she was very helpful as far as talking about anchor charts, which I am very familiar with anchor charts because I do have that preschool background. So the anchor charts were something that I definitely used in my classroom. But I just liked the fact that she simplified and she went step by step on what needed to be included, because we all have someplace or room to grow. And so I appreciated that she talked about what needed to be on an anchor chart. She also talked about the 3 types of visuals. So she said you have your posters, you have your anchor charts, and then there was one other. I can't believe I am forgetting it, but yeah, so it was, my brain is fried. I have been up since like 6 o'clock, and here it is almost 5, and I have to get dinner started in a little bit. But yeah, it was okay. It was like an average PD. Now my second one was my absolute favorite. One of the leaders that was leading that actual PD was actually she was actually from my school, from my elementary school, and so I was very happy to see her because already when I met her, I just loved her. I love her energy. She's very positive, and she's actually our IC, but she was awesome, and she talked about classroom management for 4 through 6, and she basically talked about how you arrange your classroom to dealing with behaviors, and she also went over the district's policy, like as far as dealing with behaviors. Like there's like a spectrum on how you are to handle certain behaviors and things of that nature. So that was very helpful. That one I walked away with a ton of information, and I took lots of notes in that one. Then we had lunch and we had barbecue today. It was pretty good. I mean, I don't say that I'm from Kansas, but I'm from Kansas because I lived there for quite some time. That's where I went to University of Kansas. So I spent a lot of time in Kansas. And one thing I can say about Kansas, coming from the South, coming from Georgia, Kansas knows their barbecue. Kansas barbecue is very good. So compared to Kansas, I was a little disappointed in the barbecue, but it's fine. It wasn't a big deal. It was free. I wasn't complaining. I walked away. I was full. So I met a lot of nice teachers as well, and we were able to share information. And it just felt nice having other teachers that were new to the district going through the same process that I was going through, and we were able to relate to one another and talk about our fears and what we were excited about, what we were nervous about, those sorts of things, and also share like our experience. I don't know if I've already said that, but and then after lunch, the last class that I had was from 1 to 4, and that was actually my curriculum. That was a required class. There's 2 required classes for me that I have to take. One is a math class. There's 3. One is a math class for my math curriculum. The second is a science class for my science curriculum. And then 3 for dyslexia, or working with students who have dyslexia. And so tomorrow I will be doing my science, but today I did math, and I am so thankful that the district, that's a requirement, because I was nervous. Coming from Kansas to Texas is really big because, for one, Texas does its own thing. So the curriculum is not like if I were to move from Kansas to Georgia. It would be pretty much similar because they follow Common Core to the T. Like 75% of their standards are Common Core standards. So it would be easy to move from another state that does Common Core to a different state that is also doing Common Core. Texas does not do Common Core. They have similarities, but they do not do Common Core. They have their own standards. So I was really having to learn all over from scratch. And it seems like you would think about it and be like, oh, it's easy, it's nothing, it's not that big of a deal. Was I surprised? Because the wording is completely different. I had to ask so many questions in my math class, but I'm glad I asked those questions. I'm glad that the teachers that were leading it were open to questions and clarifying things. So thankfully, one of the teachers that was leading that class is also in my school, and she's also one of like the math leads. I'm not sure what her actual title is, but I'm glad that she was there, and she was telling me that she would be more than happy to come and work with me one-on-one and help me basically just get started. And because I'm new, I'm not familiar with Texas TEKS, which is their standard. So not that I'm not familiar with the standards. I've already looked over the standards. I even have a Teachers Pay Teachers product on TEKS. And but it's just actually, I'm not very familiar with them, even though I know what they are. So that, and plus other concerns as far as what will my schedule look like, because I have a block schedule. I'm not used to a block schedule. I'm used to an hourly, every 45 minutes we're changing classes type schedule. So so I have a lot of learning to do. I'm very excited now that I've gotten to see the curriculum. My nerves are somewhat suppressed. Now science, I'm hearing a ton about science. We use FOSS-Kids, so I'm not sure if you're familiar with FOSS-Kids. I myself am not familiar with FOSS-Kids, but I have seen them and never knew what they were. They're like a black speckled type box, and it comes with tons and tons of, what do they call them? Consumables and other types of manipulatives and things, and all kinds of I can't get my thoughts together, but all kinds of materials that you would need for every unit that you are going to teach. So I really won't have to come out of pocket or go and find any type of, at least that's my hope, I won't have to come out of pocket or go and find any type of materials for a lesson. So I'm excited about it. Even my college professor saw, when I did a video of my classroom, saw that I have FOSS-Kids, and he was super excited about it. So that tells me a lot, because I loved my college professor, my college science professor. So but I'm definitely looking forward to it. I can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be doing my science, and I will also be doing my dyslexia class. So so thank you guys so much for watching. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. These next few videos will pretty much be vlog videos. They won't be like a haul or DIY or anything. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram, because that's where I spend a lot of my time. It's really fast for me to just snap a picture and, you know, post something to Instagram versus filming a video, having to edit it, having to upload it, having to type a description about it and all of that. So while I love it, I enjoy making these videos, I also want to stay and connect with my followers. So please follow me on Instagram. I do have a Twitter as well, Teach with Shar. I don't post there as often as I do Instagram. So yeah, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.